So, of course, I'm a Nintendo, specifically a Nintendo Switch guy. But I got a soft spot for PlayStation 5. And the only reason why is because of one game, Call of Duty. So tonight at midnight, which would be my 40th birthday, they are doing a midnight release at GameStop. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So of course I gotta go get it. Not only that, I'm also gonna pick up a game for the Switch too. So let's head over to GameStop, pay for the games, and then we're gonna go back at midnight to pick them up. And happy birthday to VGV, aka Destination Switch, aka DS. So let's go to GameStop. Oh, it is mad cold out here. Don't get it twisted. Winter is here, full effect. Stop. Kind of the hood joint too, but whatever. Oh, these are out. Are they here? Ooh. We're gonna need them too, cause I don't got them. Gotta get it. Still don't got FIFA yet, but.
That plastic won't be very good for you.
I don't want that. I'm gonna get a couple other games too while I'm at it.
Okay, what other games were you trying to get today?
Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. That comes out tomorrow, right? For Switch 2. Well.
Let me do this first. You gonna be here for the midnight?
That's one thing that sucks. So the game comes out tomorrow. You would think after midnight, they could charge me for it. I was trying to get it all in one transaction, but it wouldn't. So I have to come back tomorrow and maybe I'll pre-order Kirby Air Riders and put that on the transaction. But we did get 2 more Switch 2 games, or game key cards like some of the people that want to be controversial. Yakuza Kiwami 2 and Yakuza Kiwami 1.
ですわ。あんたもそう思いますやろ。
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is brawling its way onto Nintendo Switch 2. Kamurocho, Tokyo, Sotenbori, Osaka, 2 prolific entertainment districts in Japan, where the former dragon of Dojima, Kazuma Kiryu, faces down the dragon of Kansai, Ryuji Goda.
よっしゃ、思う存分暴れたれ。
Use free-flowing combat moves to take on foes in action-packed brawls. Duke it out using your fists, weapons, and everything else at your disposal. Plus, there's still plenty else to do around the cities. Enjoy darts, karaoke, and even golf. There's no shortage of things to do. A deadly clash between 2 dragons begins when Yakuza Kiwami 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2, November 13th. And Yakuza Kiwami, the story that launched the epic series, is also launching on Switch 2 the same day, featuring enhanced graphics, improved frame rates, and additional language support.
Kiwami 1. I didn't even know they came out, but we got them. We'll get Sparking Zero tomorrow. And for other gaming news outside of Switch 2 and Switch, I'll be back at midnight to get my copy of Call of Duty, which I'm super excited about. So, I don't know, I might pull like a kind of, sort of all-nighter. I'm old, so I probably won't be able to, but I definitely want to get some gameplay in tonight. So, I'm freaking excited. 2 more games. So I have every Switch 2 release so far. Let me turn this light on because I'm dark. I have every Switch 2 release so far outside of FIFA. So I got the sports titles initially to NBA 2K, Madden, WWE. Which WWE I don't feel like I missed out on or pay too much, but Madden and 2K, I know the price is gonna go down. So I decided, like, the sports titles, I'll wait for. I'll wait for them to go down. Maybe Black Friday will go down, so we'll just wait and see. But everything else, I'm gonna try to keep up with the releases. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not guaranteeing anything. Would be cool though. But needless to say, 2 more. Yakuza is a great game. They run great on the Switch as well, so I'm excited about this. And yeah, we're gonna finish this up when I get back here at around midnight.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, so it's officially my birthday, November the 14th. So about that midnight release, I fell asleep.
What? What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Pick up my copy of Call of Duty and Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. So let's go back to GameStop. It's so crazy, I missed it. I woke up, I may have caught it. It was like after 12 already. So I was like, it's not a big deal. I should have honestly just waited to just go in the morning, but it's all good. It would have been better on one transaction, but either way, it's all good. I had plans to play last night, but my body said no. So let's go into GameStop. Sneaker check. Got the Jordan 11 Rare Airs. Wonder if this joint gonna be Black Friday sale. Hopefully it's good. All right, so back in the car, we successfully pre-ordered Kirby Air Riders. It comes out next week. I picked up my copy of Call of Duty, but it also included this bag. I guess it's like GameStop's thing now. It's pretty cool though, I ain't gonna lie. Call of Duty, Black Ops 7. It's a cool bag it came with. So here's the game. I'm excited, I'm gonna pop this in. Look at that. See that right there? And I also picked up Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
This will be when the true battle begins. I'll have to finish this quickly. You're done! Die!
Well done.
Let's go!
This! Forward!
Go 10.
Time to die! And I refuse to take the death of my best friend sitting down. Goku, no!
I'm not going to hell alone.
I need you to throw me, Saiyan.
You got
No! Special beam cannon! Transformed? So let's go. Today I will prove who's the strongest Saiyan warrior of all.
The ring must have created a tear in space-time.
So you are Goku's master.
Let's show him! Right!
Switch 2. So I'm gonna be honest here, right? So yesterday I called the store to verify that they had Sparking Zero or would have a copy. And the gentleman proceeds to tell me on the phone, well, you know, it's no difference between the Switch 1, Switch 2 version. Switch 1 version is on the cart. I recommend this one. Of course, you know, I'm like, I'm well versed and I understand. But I'm gonna go to the Switch 2 version. But I'm not gonna lie, he made me think. I sat and pondered on that for a little bit. It was like, you know, maybe I shouldn't do the game key cards. So as you can see, that I pointed out how full game downloads on the internet right there. Look at this. Required. So I thought about it and I'm like, if I was a PlayStation collector, what is the difference? It's literally the same thing. You need the internet majority of the times. They're not on these discs. They're not on these discs. May have some. And even if it is, you still need it could be broken. A lot of games come out incomplete now. You know what I mean? And that's why they do like the day one patches and stuff like that. And it's whatever your preference is. Like I'm not knocking anybody that does it. It just gets a little tiring hearing people give grief to the Switch 2 when it's literally the same thing. It's just called something different. That's all it is. And they just put it out there. But you know, people don't realize, like, if you put this Call of Duty game in, you ain't playing nothing unless you collect it to the internet and download stuff first. So what is the difference between that and a key card? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, you know, I reasoned with myself with that. Now, the other side to that is I don't collect with the intention of ever selling. But if I did want to sell, now I'm thinking like, well, you know, maybe I should have that version. You know what I mean? Because it's on the card. Just in case, you know what I mean? That way I kind of, I guess, get the maximum value of what I have if I decide to sell. But that's just something that, I ain't gonna lie, it made me think, you know, but at the same time, I feel like even with all these companies, you know, of course, this is a Switch channel, but with all these companies, I'm not going to knock anything as far as this unless I hear issues with claiming your content that you purchase, right? Even though it's a license. So what I mean by that is I really haven't heard any issues in regards to Nintendo when you have bought a game, like a digital game on one of the eShops that closed down. Once you have it, it's on the server. Now, you know, God forbid, but I feel like we haven't had issues with Nintendo servers. It's never been an issue. If you bought 3DS or Wii U games on the eShops, and they're obviously been closed for quite some time now, you can re-download that data back onto your console. Furthermore, what I'm also thinking too, and I thought about this, is when I download the data for the game key cards, I'll just put them on a memory card. That way it's there, just in case, as a backup, or external memory card. You can always do that, which I haven't tried. I might want to look into that. I'm gonna do a little research on that. It's like using like external hard drive. If you can hook that to a Switch 2 and just have your data there, it's almost like a backup. But like I said, and this is the way I see it. Even though these are third-party games that we're talking about, right? I feel like Nintendo protects their property and their stuff so much. I feel like they are going to do what's in the best interest to keep people on their platforms. You know what I mean? Like, they don't necessarily, it's a collector is not their first priority, but they do like to keep things on their platform, and they don't like when they get in a bad rep. I also feel like in the near future, they will come up with some other kind of solution outside of these game key cards. I can guarantee you. I guarantee you. And all it is, they was just trying to find a middle ground. And trust me, these were the third-party choices. And honestly, if we're logically speaking, a lot of people say it's about the game. It's about the game. It's about the game. If it's about the game, even with these discs, this is the best way for us to get the content, because it can't all fit on there. And this is a way for the developers to make their money for what they put out, and the best way to get the content to the consumer. That's something that people, they don't want to make it register to their brain, if that makes sense. They just want to pick apart things like that. We're not going to have everything our way. Everything is about business. And, you know, I'm pretty sure, well, I mean, we may have people in here that have multi-million-dollar businesses, but I don't. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, it's not going to cost that much more money to print or get bigger disc or whatever the case may be that has more memory to put the full game on it. Of course we would prefer. We would. But the truth of the matter is, and this was part of my panel at Really Rad Weekend, the truth of the matter is, it's big. We go to all these conventions and we see all these collectors, right? And all these channels. And as much as we see, and it seems like a lot, we're really still a very niche group and small in the grand scheme of things. And unfortunately, they're not going to listen to us. They may consider it. And if anything, if you ask me, Nintendo would be the one, and has been the one, that's all about the games. They started with video games. They don't have any, they have other endeavors, but they're not like Sony and Microsoft. Microsoft has the whole computer thing. Sony has all kind of other entertainment things that they make money off, or that they started with other things that can sustain their company. Nintendo is all gaming, all gaming. And one thing they're going to do is protect their company, protect their IPs. So I believe in them, and I could be biased. I don't care. Like I've never hid my bias for that, but I haven't never had any issues with Nintendo. And even with, I think it was a couple years ago, with some talks about certain games being downloaded and switching over, I literally called Nintendo to verify. I'm like, hey, if I don't have this game currently downloaded to my console, will I have any issues re-downloading? They said no. So my thing is as long as the servers are there, I have not heard anybody about the Wii U or the 3DS yet saying, oh, I don't have access to my stuff. I haven't heard that once. Now, and I'm not picking, but I've heard that about Xbox and PlayStation. I have. So if we're gonna talk, we gotta keep it a buck when we say that. We can't just pick and choose. If we're gonna have the conversation, let's have the full conversation and not bits and pieces and pick apart Nintendo for things. So with that being said, I want to try something like with external hard drive to download that data to, because you can choose where the download data goes on your Switch. That, as well as a memory card. And keep this in mind too. I know this isn't the case necessary. Well, kind of in a way, just in a different way, right? So PS5 has their, the external hard drives that you could buy. You know that stuff, the external hard drives are kind of expensive. And if you have a Switch, look how much one of those micro SD cards, the right ones, cost. For 1 terabyte at one point was like $400. So essentially it will probably need something like that for a game. So think about that. Think about that from the company's perspective and having that. That's something to consider, and people don't think about it. So my thing is, what is the other option? Would it make sense for them to make a limited amount of copies and give the consumer the choice, and we pay a higher price? I honestly would. That way I'm just not worried about it. It's all there. And sometimes games come out with like Game of the Year editions and a complete edition, whatever the case may be. And people may feel like, yeah, it's double dipping, but if we're talking about what people want, then okay, then that's what you want. And then there's the other option that you can buy the Switch 1 copy. So maybe that'll be something that I look into, but I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of going backwards. I don't have any issues with my games, so I don't feel the need to do that. It's really no different for PlayStation, Xbox collectors, and Switch 2 collectors. No different, just a different name. So I kind of want to kill that notion. I spoke about, like I said, at my panel at Really Rad Weekend, and it got the crowd stirred up. So shout out to everybody that was at my panel. It was awesome. It got really interesting. I knew it would be a hot take, and I knew it would get people going. It got people going big time, So shout out to everybody that was there. Shout out to Sean as well. He co-hosted the panel with me. It was dope. But yeah, guys, stop nitpicking. I'm gonna go home and enjoy these, especially Call of Duty. And happy birthday. Send me a Cashapp or Venmo.